We will learn Archimedes principle, how to prove Archimedes principle. What is Archimedes principle? See, Archimedes principle states that when an object or a substance is fully or partially immersed in a fluid or in water, it experiences an upward thrust. That upward thrust we call it as buoyantic force. What we call it? Buoyantic force. That upward thrust is equal to weight of the water displaced by it. Okay, when an object is immersed in water fully or partially, it displaces some water. So that displaced weight of the displaced water is equal to apparent loss in the weight of the object. That is known as what we call it Archimedes principle. For that one, the materials needed is, what is that? This is the overflow jar. Next one, this is electronic weighing. This is called electronic weighing. Next, this is spring balance. Next one, see, this is the weight. Now see this one. What I am doing, I am taking some water. Okay. In the water, in the measuring, that is overflow jar. You have to allow few drops of water to drip out. Let us wait for some time. Now see this. This is the spring balance. I am taking the weight. See. What is the weight of the object in air? Observe this one carefully. How much? Observe this reading carefully. 350 grams. So the weight of the object in air is 350 grams. Now observe this one. See. Write down these readings. Weight of the object in air is 350 grams. Now see this one. Now I kept the beaker. Okay, I kept the beaker to collect the water that is flowing from the overflowing jar, from the beak of the overflowing jar. Now see this one. I am slowly immersing the object in the overflow jar. Observe. Now what is the water? See, some water is displaced. Observe the weight of the object in the water. What is the weight of the object in the water? How much? 300 grams. In air its weight is 350 grams. Okay. In water its weight is 300 grams. So what is the loss in weight? 50 grams. Net loss in weight is equal how much? 50 grams. So if I find the weight of this water displaced by this object, this weight must be equal to how much? 50 grams exactly. Are you clear about that one? So this object, when it is immersed in the water or in the fluid, it displaces some water. So that upward thrust must be equal to weight of the water displaced by the object. So I collected the water. This water is displaced by this object. Are you clear about that one? Let us try to find the weight. See. Come. The weight of water along with the beaker. I have to remove the beaker weight now. So now I am finding the beaker weight. So beaker weight is exactly 39.5 grams. How much? 39.5 grams. Means nearly 40 grams. Beaker weight is 40 grams. So what is the weight of the beaker with water? 89 point something. So 89 point minus 39. Remove that. Subtract it. 50 grams. What is the apparent loss in weight of the object when immersed in water? 50 grams. Are you clear about that one? So that upward thrust must be equal to weight of the water displaced by it. Are you clear about that one? So this is all about what is that? Archimedes principle. How to prove Archimedes principle. Now let us discuss why a ship made up of iron and steel floats on water. Okay, but whereas a iron ball, for example, you take this, see this, see, this iron ring sink in the water. But if this iron ring is made into a bowl or ship shape, then it floats. Why it floats when it is made into a ship type? Why it is floating? There are so many reasons are there. It is not the matter of density. So when an object is fully or partially immersed in water, it displaces some water. Just now we proved that one. It displaces some water. So the weight of the displaced water is always more than the weight of the ship. Then the ship floats. If the weight of the object is greater than weight of the displaced water, then it sinks. Okay, if the weight of the ship must be equal to weight of the displaced water, then it submerges. Are you clear about that one? So these are the conditions you have to remember when a ship floats, when a ship merges, and when a ship sinks. Okay, so ships are developed on the basis of Archimedes principle. Are you clear about that one? So this is all about Archimedes principle. Archimedes principle can be stated like this also. Okay, when an object is fully or partially immersed in water, see, the apparent loss in the weight is equal to the weight of the water displaced by it. You can state like that also. So whenever an object is kept inside the water, immersed fully or partially, it experiences an upward thrust which is known as the buoyantic force. That buoyantic force must be equal to weight of the water displaced by it. Are you clear? So what is that? Once again you see this one, there are two statements are there. When a substance or an object is fully or partially immersed in fluid or water, it experiences an upward thrust. That thrust is acting in the upward direction. That thrust must be equal to the weight of the water displaced by the object. So that object displaces some water, some fluid. Okay, so that upward thrust and weight of the water displaced, both are equal. Okay, this is all about Archimedes principle. Now tell me your readings. Weight of the object in air. What is the weight of the water? Object in air, 350 grams. Weight of the object in water, 50 apparent loss in weight, 50 grams. Weight of the water collected, collected with jar, 89.4 grams, I think. Okay, so weight of beaker, jar, something 39.4. Weight of, here I am writing, shall I write here? Weight of displaced water. Displaced water